welcome to my channel. My name is Jazz or V and welcome to another video, another vlog. It is April and April is my birthday month, so I'm really excited. And yeah, what can I tell you? So currently it is the Monday after Easter. What's the date? The 6th of April, I think, because my mom's birthday is in 2 days. So it's the 6th of April, and yeah, what has happened in April so far? So generally not much. Yesterday I was at my family's home, like my parents' home, and we did some grilling and we had a good time. Yesterday was like the first proper spring day, like already more than spring. It was 20 degrees, that's crazy. But we'll see, maybe it's gonna snow again this week. You never know. And yeah, yesterday I also finished reading a book. I finished reading The Bird Who Drinks Tears 2, the second book. I don't know the English titles because the books have not been released in English yet. So I'm reading them in German. They are translated from Korean to German. And I'm quite sure the English release will be coming out in like May or June. I'll definitely keep you updated on that. But I'm reading them in German because in German they have been out for a little while. And yeah, was good. Oh, I really loved like the last 30%. I gotta be honest, it was like a bit draggy. Let's say it like this. It dragged a bit for like the middle part, I would say. Maybe even the beginning. And there was just some point where I was like, oh, it's a little boring. But then like the part 4 and 5 of the book, like the chapter 4 and 5, like they have like very big chapters. They were amazing. Like the ending, oh, that was so good. It was so good. I really felt it. I was like, oh, this is great. So yeah, and once again, an ending that leaves you like on a cliff. Basically, it leaves you wanting more. So yeah, it was good. I didn't like it as much as the first one just because I was kind of bored in the middle part. I feel there was a lot of lore. But anyways, I will tell you all about that in my April book review that will come out in May. So yeah, anyways, that's that. And now, currently, I'm reading Parable of the Talents by Octavia E. Butler. I started yesterday. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm not far yet, but I read there was one line that she wrote about the president candidate and that he keeps saying, let's make America great again. I was like, oh girl, if you were alive today, you'd go crazy. That's insane. She wrote it in 1998, just saying. And yeah, I'm very curious. Parable of the Talents is very different, feels very different from Parable of the Sower, from like the writing style, or like the, no, not the writing style, the narration. The narration is very different. But I'm really curious because obviously it's an unfinished trilogy. So I'm curious how it's gonna end, if it's gonna like feel like it's not done yet, you know. But yeah, so I'm reading that one, and then also my book club, we picked Fledgling by Octavia E. Butler as our pick for the next book. Oh, so I'm definitely gonna be reading 2 Octavia books this month, and like actual novels, and I'm gonna finish up the series, and I'm gonna finish up the standalones. Exciting. I'm really happy about that. So yeah, and in general, I was in a reading slump last month, but this month I'm feeling good. I'm excited. It's April, my birthday month. I am planning to read a bunch. I mean, I usually am planning to read a bunch, but just like, I'm excited. I have like made a little stack of books that I want to read, and actually let me get that and show you what my plans are. Let's go. Okay, so my stack of books, it's only 3 books because obviously there's like the books I just mentioned by Octavia Butler, which I both read as ebooks, but then I have 3 other books. So first off, I do have The Vegetarian by Han Kang, which I read the first sentence and I was like, it sounds so good. Like, let me read you the first sentence. The first sentence goes, before my wife turned vegetarian, I'd always thought of her as completely unremarkable in every way. Bro, it's gonna be good. I just know it. I'm excited for this one. That is the Nobel Prize winner book for 2024. And yeah, I'm curious. I want to read it. It's not super thick. It's Han Kang. I read Han Kang. It's actually, I pronounced that name wrong. It's Han Kang. That's what I was told. Yeah, it's Han Kang, and I'm really excited to read what she has to say. That's the first one I have on the list. I was supposed to read it last month. I didn't get to it, so I'm definitely like gonna read it this month. And if it's anything, like if it's only a fraction as engaging as Human Acts was, I'm already sold. Because Human Acts, crazy book. I still think about this book a lot. Anyways, that's the first book. Then I have The Venomous Lumpsucker, which is a book I bought at the Buchmesse in Leipzig in March. I have a vlog about that. You can go and watch it. I had an amazing time. It was amazing. And this is one of the sci-fi books I picked up there. And I mainly picked it up because it says every word it says it's supposed to be funny. It says like one of the foremost satirists of his generation, and as intelligent as it is funny. And then like mischievous, hilarious, exhilarating, funny and profound. Like I want to read something fun. I want to read sci-fi that will make me laugh. So that's for my birthday month. And then of course, Heaven Official's Blessing 3. We're going to read that this month because I am going to receive the other Heaven Official's Blessing books this month. So I can be up to date and then I can continue. This is so exciting. I decided I will read Heaven Official's Blessing 3 in the week leading up to my birthday, which is next week. So I will start Monday, Tuesday, who knows, and I will read it until my birthday. My goal is to finish this book on the 16th or the 17th. My birthday is on the 17th. So then I can receive the new books and I could technically immediately start, which I probably won't do, but I could immediately start if I wanted to. So that's my plan for this book. It's gonna be my birthday week read, which is so exciting. I'm so into it at the moment. It's crazy. It's crazy how Heaven Official's Blessing has that grip on me. That's for that. Oh, that's my little book stack for this month, plus Fledgling and Parable of the Talents. And I'm sure I'm gonna read other things too, but those are like the ones I'm prioritizing. I still have to finish How Long Till Black Future Month by N.K. Jemisin. I'm having this on pause right now. I'm like halting my activities with it. And yeah, I'm sure I will have more to read, but I'm just so excited to like get into it, you know, just be working on it. That is my update. Other than that, for this month, I'm going to Vienna this weekend. Crazy. Visiting a friend. I still had 2 rides on my Interrail pass, so it's already been paid for a long time, and I'm going to visit my friend, so I should use those 2 rides, right? Going there and coming back, which means I have a lot of travel time, which means a lot of time to read. Am I right? So I'll definitely be taking those with me, because I don't know if I can start Fledgling yet, because not everyone in the book club has the book so far, and I kind of want to wait. I told them to text me if they received the book. So yeah, and the friend I'm visiting, she's also in the book club, so maybe we can do some joint reading while I'm there, but I'll ask her about that. But yeah, I feel I'm all over the place, but I'm just so excited. It's the best month of the year. I'm not that crazy about my birthday, to be honest. Like, I'm not celebrating or anything, but it's just like April. I have April pride. I have April Aries pride. You can bet on that. So that's like my time of the year is this month. Everything about April, amazing. If you hate April, you're my enemy. And yeah, I will leave it at that for now. I don't know when I'll check in with you again. Hopefully sooner than usual. Like, I don't know. I feel like I always do big updates instead of like smaller ones, but multiple ones. But I'm also struggling to film, to be honest. Like, it's crazy. Sitting down and filming, it takes a lot of brain space for me. So yeah, I will leave it at that. And I'll see you later. Bye. my hair. I did this today. And, oh, okay. I'm leaving to Vienna tomorrow. So it's time to give you a little update because I have news. I have big news. Well, big, just like book-sized news. You know what it is. So first off, I want to give you a reading update. I am halfway through Parable of the Talents. I just sneezed 5 times. Okay, I was saying, I'm halfway through Parable of the Talents and it's devastating. I have no words. It's crazy. Why is it that books always like at the halfway mark they have to go crazy? Which is fine, but that's crazy. It's crazy. And yeah, I'm going through it. Well, not me. Lauren's going through it, to be honest. But yeah, it's good. It's still very good. Still very engaging. Definitely finish it tomorrow on the train. I'm not worried about that. Apart from me cutting my hair, I got new books. Like new old books. So you saw some clips of me going to the secondhand bookstore. Now I have a story, I have an excuse why I went there. Basically, I was supposed to have class on Tuesday, but class didn't happen. On the other side of the street to my campus is the secondhand bookstore, my favorite one, and me and my friend were frustrated, she didn't know it, and I was like, come on, let me show you. And then we went to the classics shelf, because the classics shelf is like right at the entry. The entry is like the English speaking stuff, and then the English classics. And well, it started there. They had 2 books that I wanted. Or not, they had one that's been on my reading list for a while, which is Brave New World by Huxley. Aldous Huxley. And yeah, I've been wanting to get this one. I also need a copy of The Island, otherwise I can't read it, because I'm of the opinion you gotta read those together, or like, I know you gotta read those together. That was the first one. Once again, I looked at the classics, I saw one book, and I was like, oh my god, I need this. And the moment I touch one book, I will touch more, because on that same shelf, they had The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. What was I supposed to do? I've never read this. I feel it's mandatory reading, especially as a queer person, so I got it. Just because it was there, really, and because it looks good, and I actually like the cover. The cover is nice. And, well, it got worse, because I got more books. And then, yeah, I was walking through the whole place. I was walking through it, and they had something that, you know, even if I was like literally not gonna buy anything, I would have picked this book up no matter what. If I was on a serious book buying ban, I would have gotten this, because they had a special edition Dracula by Bram Stoker. And I know we've talked about Dracula here on this channel before, about me saying I'm not sure if I want to read it. Well, now I will read it. Because look at this. It is so heavy. This is definitely a book I'm not going to take with me. I'll read it at home or I read it as an ebook. But it's like new. It's like new, and I bought it for like 20% off of the resale price. Which is crazy. Yeah, the pages are in perfect condition. There's nothing written in it. Everything is literally perfect. There's no tear. Gold foil. Yeah. Cherished classic. I got Dracula. We'll read it in October. Promise. So yeah, but I wasn't done yet. Oh gosh, no, I wasn't done yet. Actually, the next 2 books are only interesting if you're like, no German. So one is, I got this one from Bertolt Brecht. Stories of Mystery Keuner, which are supposed to be funny. The friend I was with recommended this book to me the week before. Like, we were in class and she told me, oh, I love his stories, like, I recommend this specific one. And then we were in the secondhand bookstore and she was like, oh, here it is. And I'm like, yeah, well, I'll take it. Which, they're supposed to be, like, funny. I love funny stories. I love, like, satire. So, yeah. That one. And then, guys, so, as a Swiss person, I got the Swiss classic. I got Heidi. Now, my relationship with Heidi was the first thing, physical item, I spent my pocket money on. Back in the days when I was like 6 years old, I got 1 franc pocket money, and we were at the secondhand store, and they had all 6 cassettes of the Heidi audiobook or audio play. And I just really wanted to get them, and I got them. My dad even gave me 20 cents extra so I could buy them because they were 20 cents each. So yeah, I have a Heidi history, and I've wanted to get a copy of Heidi for myself and read it as a book for a while now, but I knew that if I'm going to get one, I want to get it from the secondhand store. And they had a copy, and you can guess now what year this copy is from. I will tell you in 3, 2, 1. It's from 1945, baby. And there's a note in here that says that, which is crazy. This book is so old. Like, this is so old. And I love the cover. Can we talk about it? I love, like, how they illustrated books back then. There's illustration inside, and I also love there's information on how much it cost. And I will just tell you, books these days, hardcover books these days, they cost 10 times the price as in 1945. Which is fine, but that's like, if you think about it, that's a big difference. Anyways, that's what I got in the secondhand store. However, we're not done with books because, guys, the other day I was outside. I went to we don't have tiny little libraries here. We have called something the Schrank, which is a place, it's like a wardrobe where you can put, or a case, I guess, where you can put books into, and it was a sign literally from the universe. They had a Becky Chambers book, and I just took it with me. Yeah, it's the 4th one of the Wayfarer series. If you watched the Leipzig vlog, you know I bought the first one in the Wayfarer series, and this is the last one, which means I have to read the series, right? I have the first and the last one. I still need 2 and 3. I have to read the series, which I will. It has bumped it up on my TBR, thanks to this. And yeah, exciting. I'm really happy. That was just there. And it seems like the person who had it kind of finished reading it like halfway through. They definitely didn't finish it because they broke the spine and it's only broken once. Like, yeah. If I break my spine, it's broken 3 million times. Anyways, that's that. Tomorrow I'm going to Vienna. I'm not planning on buying books. I will say this now. If I do end up buying books, I guess it had to happen. I guess it was out of my hands. And next week is my birthday. I've been saying that like all the time. Next week is my birthday. So maybe I'll just give myself a little book in Vienna, or maybe not. We'll see. Actually, on Sunday in Vienna, we are going to the, is it called planetarium in English? Like basically the place where you can like look at the stargaze scientifically, and we're going there. There's like a night called Yuri's Night in homage to Yuri Gagarin, and I'm so excited because I've been having this interest in space lately. Not a scientific one, important. I don't want to know how it all works, but just the thought of it existing and my existence in space, and the irrelevance of it, and the vastness of space, and how long it takes to get to the next solar system, and like all these things, they've been like in my brain. I think it comes from reading all that sci-fi, and I love it. I'm so fascinated with it. It's so big. We're so insignificant. If I look at the start, okay, I'll stop now because I will ramble. But anyways, that's my update. Let's go to Vienna tomorrow. I will talk to you after Vienna. I'll try to get to you like a Monday or Tuesday. But yeah, see you then. Woo! from Vienna. I've been back for 3 days and I've been so busy, and I will stay busy. I actually have to lock in and write on my thesis, but I wanted to film this update first because otherwise I just don't know when it's gonna happen. So right now is the moment. I've been back for 3 days. I came back on Monday and today is Thursday, which means tomorrow is my birthday. Yay, I'm looking forward to it. Which is also, I'll be so busy. Like tomorrow I'm busy all day, not even so much birthday related, but just life related. On the weekend, on Saturday, I'm going out with my mom because we're gonna go shop for a pair of shoes because that's what I wished for my birthday, basic. And on the weekend, on Sunday, I have a bit more time, but I really have to do things for my university stuff. And then it would have been also a very long time since we talked for the last time, which is why we're doing this update today. Anyways, what can I tell you? I've been to Vienna. It was amazing. I mean, I mainly went there to spend time with my friends, so that's what I did. I stayed at one of my friends and then I met up with 2 other friends. It was amazing. I had great food. Oh my. Saturday evening, we ate at an amazing place. It was so good. It was like originally Chinese, but I think it was like generally more like Asian influence, but the owners are Chinese and it was so tasty, all vegan. Wonderful. And on Sunday we went to that event in the planetarium, and it was about the sun and the solar eclipse that will be on the 12th of August. Write it down. Total solar eclipse on the 12th of August. Depending on where you are in the world, you will actually be able to fully see it. I just heard a sound. Depending on where you are in the world, you will be able to fully see it. Like here where I am, I think we would see maybe like 80-something% of it, and it's right at sunset, so it's gonna be a bit tricky. The weather has to be nice as well, of course. But yeah, that's kind of that, and it was so informative. I loved that the guests they had invited, the professors from the University of Graz and I think Innsbruck, that they were both women and they're both like studying the sun in different ways, and I just love, you know, women in STEM. Let's go. And there was also like stands with like different advertisements afterwards, were different, like the ESA for example, or also different associations were kind of like, you know, being present and answering questions. And they also had like a association that is empowering women in space science, and I was like, yay, that's amazing. And it was so interesting. I feel I learned a lot. It was very impressive. And then they also did a simulation that was then the planetarium. People did that. They did a simulation of the 12th of August so we could see what this eclipse looks like. It was so nice, so interesting, beautiful to see the night sky and just to be like chilling there and like looking up. And yeah, very insightful, very interesting. So I love that. I'm really happy I went just to see my friends, and it was just a good time, a little time out away from home, not constantly thinking about university and to-dos and things like that, which I really enjoyed. Other than that, of course, I read books while I was there. In fact, I finished 2 books since the last update. So I obviously finished Parable of the Talents. And guys, this was the most devastating book I have read in a very long time, if not ever. Like, this book was, okay, so already on Thursday night, after I filmed, I went to bed and I read. Because, you know, why not? And I was bang in the middle of the book. And if you read the book, you know, bang in the middle of the book, shit's going down. Like, shit's going down. I was in bed and I was crying. I have not cried for a book in a very, like, genuinely, like, tears running down my face, cried in a very long time. And usually I only do if it's like at the end the main character dies or something like that. But this book just, it broke me. Like, I won't even kid you. It broke me. So I cried in bed that day, and then on Friday, on my train ride, I read this book all day. I read 400 pages on my e-reader, and the entire last chapter I was just crying. Crying. In public. This book was so devastating. It broke me. If I would have been home instead of in public transport, I would have gone to bed for half an hour and just sobbed. It's, you know, devastating, but so good. I'm actually thinking I'll give it 5 stars. I understand now. Everyone who said like, oh, Parable is like the books to read, I get it. Like the second one, that's really, yeah, that's where it hits home. And I was a bit worried because it's originally a trilogy, but she only released 2 books, right? I was a bit worried it would end like open and like not feel complete, but it very much felt like we ended on a note that could be considered that's the ending of the book. And yeah, devastating. And then I thought like, okay, I need something light because I also had Xiang with me, which was gonna be like knowing how this person writes, how she writes. Yeah, I was scared I'm gonna be devastated again because Human X was devastating. And then I had like the Venomous Lumpsucker with me. That's like a sci-fi book. And it has like hilarious and fun and everything like written on it. So I was like, okay, let me read that. And it was definitely like a much lighter read. It was a very unconventional, for me, unconventional sci-fi because it was like environmental sci-fi, I think we can call it that. Basically, we're in the near future and species are going extinct, water is polluted, big corps are caring even less as they care now, or maybe they just care just as little as they care now, and yeah, things kind of going to shit very much about the discourse around extinction of species and like how humans deal with that, how humans care or don't care, why they don't care, about like intelligent species and whether they matter more or not, and also about AI and like uploading intelligence and the hope of resurrection coming and immortality, you know, all these things, these very transhumanist ideas, and yeah. And it was very hard sci-fi as well. So I'm not sure what to think of the book. It was definitely, it was lighter in a way, and it had funny moments. It made me laugh a few times, but I just felt something about it didn't really satisfy me. I don't know. I can't really tell what it was, but it was just like it didn't. I don't know. I felt the writing style was not really for me, and also like the hard sci-fi of it, it was so technical and like all these words for like these species and things like that, and there was so much information about like a specific species and what it does. It just felt a little info-dumpy sometimes, but yeah, definitely something I think I would recommend it if you're like into this kind of sci-fi. In general, if you're into sci-fi, I feel this book is very good because it is not We're Going to the Stars. It is a very different angle than what I've seen in sci-fi from the sci-fi books I've read. Anyways, that's that. And then I started, of course, Heaven Official's Blessing 3 because it's my birthday week and I said I will start it this week. And I started on Tuesday. I'm halfway through the book, over halfway through the book, which means in 2 days I read like 230 pages, and yeah, it's also devastating, but it's good. Of course it's good. I'm so invested. What can I do? I just love these characters. I love these characters, and I will read about them 1,000 pages. I don't care. 3,000 pages. It's really, yeah. I love it. That's my update. Other than that, I did some K-pop binder stuff. I put my photo cards away. I do not have a stack of photo cards anymore on my table. Yay, we cheered. So it's all in binders now, and yeah, I now have 5 binders with photo cards instead of the 3 I had before, but it's okay. It means I have a bit more space. Although my OT8 ATEEZ, like all 8 members ATEEZ binder where I have like sets in it, is very full. I'll have to see if maybe I'll do some migration there and swap it with a different binder that has a bit more capacity, but we'll see. But anyways, that's that update. It really made me feel like I want to collect more. I want to collect more cards. That's not good, I know, but what can I do? So yeah. That's my update. I'll see you, I think, next week or on Sunday. It depends. I'll definitely finish Heaven Official's Blessing by tomorrow evening. That's my guess. And yeah, I'll keep you posted. See you later. Alright, hello guys. It is currently the Sunday after my birthday. It's time for a little vlog update. What can I tell you? I finished Heaven Official's Blessing 3, of course. It was great, of course. And I finished it yesterday. My goal was to finish it on Friday, but I didn't manage. And I started on Tuesday, so I was like... I read over 100 pages a day on Sundays, and it just felt so good. I did not feel like this is a lot. I was like... I wish I could read more. Kind of had to stop myself sometimes and go to bed. Important to sleep. Last night I started Fledgling by Octavia E. Butler, which I'm reading for my book club. So I don't know if I'll be done in April or if I'll finish it in May. Because my book club is I always have to slow down a little bit just so we can all be on a similar pace. And like when we have discussions that I'm not done with the book and somebody's in the first chapter. That's just how it is. I don't mind at all. It's fun. And then I also started a non-fiction book on my e-reader. It's called Polysecure. Maybe you know it. It's about attachment theory and then applied to poly relationships. So I'm very interested and curious. I've read half of the first chapter. So I've read like the first chapter is like Introduction on Attachment Theory. And it's very interesting because, you know, I struggle with non-fiction, especially if it's so like theoretical, but because it's something I'm interested in, like, for real, or just, like, maybe it's also the way she writes, the author. But I feel it's, like, it doesn't feel like a chore. Maybe that's what I could say. It feels lighter, and it feels like it's an easy read. It doesn't feel too complicated. I think that's also, it's not a scientific text. Like, it is obviously science-based, but it's not written, if you're in academia, you know what I mean. It's not written like a scientific text, where you're like, every second word you have to like think about what it means and in what context it means this, or it's some long complicated thing that you have to look up. So that's nice. And that's kind of my update for now, a short one, which is cool. And I will now clear my desk. My desk is full of stuff, and I have like, I got some mail that I will show you in a moment. I got some happy mail, some sticker mail, and I kind of have to like tidy that up. I think I also got some pin mail, which is cool. I also have some photo cards I need to put away because I finally unboxed the digipacks I still had from ATEEZ. Actually a big update. So I decided yesterday, I did that for like 3 hours it took me. I decided to log every single Yunho photo card and by proxy kind of Yungi photo card, like matching, I have. So that's crazy because now I have a 16-page PDF document with pictures and like little symbols if I have it or not, or if it's on the way, just so I know what the hell is going on with my photo card collection. I have that, I did that. And then what I also did, and maybe that was a mistake, but seeing all the photo cards, I kind of marked down which ones I would like to have. You know, because I don't want them all, obviously, there's so many, but there's just some that I'm like, oh, it would be so nice to have them. For example, all his forehead selcas, which you can't find anywhere. That's crazy. People love those. Understandably so. Me too. But yeah, so I kind of did that, and then I went on to like the photo card selling like platform, the Japanese one, and I was just busy like scrolling through and seeing if they have something from my wish list, and I got quite a bit of my wish list. So in May, spoiler for the next vlog, in May you will get me unboxing, probably in May, unboxing and sorting these photo cards and yeah, storing them away. That's that. I also want to decorate my binder, but I don't know if I managed to do that this month, my Yunho binder, because I feel like I wanna add stuff to it, but I'm just not sure how I want to do it and where I want to do it, because it's blue and I do not have many blue things. So I'll see what I have, what I can do. It's exciting. I'm happy about it. And yeah, let's get to my desk situation. So first off, I will be putting away the books I got for my birthday. Just so you know, if you want to know all the books I got for my birthday, I made a birthday log that you can check out. It was released, I'm saying this now in the past, but it's going to be released tomorrow. So it was released on the 20th of April, and you can check it out. That's my birthday log, and there I actually talk about all the books I got and what they're about. Except for Heaven Official's Blessing, I'm not going to yap more about it. But yeah, I got some nice books for my birthday. I'll be tidying up and get back to you later this week with a reading update. We'll see what I'll be reading. So see you later. Alright, let's open mail. This should be sticker mail. Opa. Not sticker. Pin mail, pin mail. There we go. It is pin mail. So I'm in a pin club, or I'm in multiples, I think, but this one is from Trixieland. And they just make really cute pins, but I'm like, maybe I should stop collecting pins. Oh my! Actually, no, I shouldn't stop. This one is absolutely gorgeous. Jesus. Oh my goodness, it's cute. Wow. Wow. That's actually an insane pin. I love it. God damn. Just when I said I should quit. Oh my god. Oh, those are both. Oh my god, they're both so good. This is crazy. Okay, that's some insanely good pins. I still have some old pin mail here that I need to put away. I'm kind of bad at tidying my stuff. But I'll do it today, I promise. And I also got stickers. Oh, they're so cute. Oh my goodness, I have to look at them. Escaping from my responsibilities. Cute. A little trip would fix me, and me procrastinating an important task by being like a flame moth or something like that. Very cute, very different from, they're like very like, you know, they're communicating something. I don't know how to explain. But yeah, so that's the pin mail I got. I'll put it here for now. Then I got sticker Happy Mail from Blossom Buja, that should be. It looks cute. I'm telling you, her art style is so darn cute. This is from March. Oh my god. I love it. The thing is, I'm not so much into cutesy spreads, but I just love having cutesy things. It's like, I try to do cutesy spreads when I can. So that's like Happy Mail I got. I'll tidy it in a moment. And then I also got my order. Oh, here we go. From Mariana Suli, which is a sticker shop, and I love her art. You will see stuff of hers in my reading journal always, I think. Yeah, let me quickly get my reading journal out for you. Into my reading journal, the cover page for, yeah, 2026 is one of her stickers. This is from her, and then my tracker, this is also from her. She just does, her art is just so, it's just, it touches me. I love it, and I quickly show you what I got. This is the thank you, and then this one is from an old collection, but then those here are from her new collection, which is like fairy garden vibes and obsessed books, obsessed. And then this is the thank you card, which I might put on my art wall. I already have some of her art on my art wall, including a thank you card, I think. I love her thank you cards. I also have one in my old Bujo, one of my cover pages was just a thank you card. Then these here, amazing. Then fairies, dragons with books, and I really like the birds. I feel bird stickers are underrated, and I also don't use them enough, but I really like the birds. So now we have to put all of this away. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Now I put it all here and I have to tidy it. That's gonna be funny. Let's go. time for an update, my guys. So today is Monday. I am uploading my reading journal first quarter flip through today and just recorded the intro, so I'm wearing the same. I look the same as in that intro. And yeah, I just have some updates for you. So first of all, let's get into my reading updates. So the last time I talked to you was 8 days ago, where I told you that I started Fledgling and I started Polysecure, and yeah, I'm kind of on pause for both of them because they both rely on other people to also read them, because one of them is for a book club and one is for like a buddy read, and the people are not, or I don't know if they're reading, and I don't want to like be too ahead, so I'm kind of chilling on that. So I needed something else to read, and well, I got something else to read. I finally picked up The Vegetarian by Xiang, and oh my, I read it in 3 days or 4 days. Like this, I read like one chapter. It has 3 chapters, and I read like 1 chapter a day. This book, very insane. I read chapter 1 and I was like, wow, this is crazy. And then I read chapter 2 and I was like, I did not expect this book to be even crazier. And then chapter 3 was kind of a little different, I feel, than the other 2 chapters. And I wasn't quite sure if I liked it. I mean, I understood why it was like this, but I would have not minded more craziness, to be honest. I felt it was a lot less insane than the first 2 chapters. It made me realize to read Xiang, I have to be in a certain mood. I have to be open to craziness in like a personal way, you know, like I need to be open to deal with the hardships of a person, and yeah, how they're treated and how society treats them and how society views them. But I really enjoyed it. I think I gave it 4 stars and it was good. It was good. We'll definitely read another Xiang book. I think I want to read all of her books, but at the moment it's not like a top priority for me. I think she only has, I think she has 6 books and I read 2 now. So there's 4 more. I know there was one released last year. A friend of mine texted me like, oh my god, I got the Xiang book, and I was like, oh, which one? I didn't even know. Like it's not that big on my radar, but definitely will read more of her books. And then I started another book and already finished it. I read Diaries of a Madman by Nikolai Gogol. I wanted to read that in March, if you remember. It was on my March TBR. Actually, both of them were on my March TBR, and now it's April and I got to read them. Diaries of a Madman, interesting. Very Gogol, very interesting. It literally is a diary, like you get like the dates and stuff. And it's about a guy who, first off, he's just working and he kind of falls in love with his boss's daughter and gets kind of obsessed with that. And you can like notice how he's a little weird because he thinks there's a dog who can talk and write letters, and he starts like getting obsessed with that. And then, yeah, something else happens that catches his attention and he gets like really obsessed with that to the point where he refuses to go to work, and it's just, yeah, it's just in this film. Definitely about a madman. It was an interesting read. Not quite sure yet what I think about it. Good. And then before I can get into my current read, I have to do a little book haul. Okay, listen, I decided just a second ago, because I was like thinking about this, that yeah, I'm doing another book haul, and I always tell you in every single vlog, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm trying not to buy books. It's not true. I mean, it is true because I could buy a lot more books, but it's also not true because if I was consciously trying not to buy books, I would not be hauling books every single month. You know what I mean? I could now say April is special because it's my birthday month, and you know, during birthday season we like want to gift ourselves and we get gifts from others. But like, fact is, every single time I go into the secondhand bookstore, I will come out of this with books. And yes, I'm not spending insane amounts of monies, but I'm also getting more books, and I have enough books, but also I'm not gonna stop. So I will stop saying, oh, I'm not trying to get books. What I'm not trying to do is spend insane amounts of money. That's what I'm not trying to do, which is why I go to the secondhand bookstore, which is why I have a book haul for you, because I picked up 3 books this Saturday at the secondhand bookstore. And we start with the one that I'm currently reading. I picked up this essay by Susan Sontag, which is called Regarding the Pain of Others, which is so interesting because I literally had a conversation about how desensitized we are to pictures of war and pictures of death and gore and stuff like this because we are so hyper exposed to it. And this book is exactly about that. It's about photographing war and spreading and mass producing it. And yeah, I'm very interested in this, there was one thing she wrote. I don't have the exact quote, but basically she said, and I mean, I think it's her and Virginia Woolf who said that. I'm not sure who the quote belongs to, because she's referring to Virginia Woolf a lot in here so far. I read 2 chapters. And she said, war has a gender, and it's male. Yeah. Anyways, that's the first book I got at the secondhand bookstore. You can see it's like, it's not a new book. Then, the second one I got could actually be a new book. This book is about my home. This is about the town I grew up in, and it's about a stone that was brought there by the glaciers. It's like a huge stone. It's like maybe as big as my room. Maybe a little smaller as this room here. It's just a huge stone where I remember when I was a child we used to climb the stone, and it has the name Katzenstein, which means cat stone, because apparently it looks a little bit like a cat. I've never quite seen it, but maybe I just struggle with seeing abstract images in like stone formations. Anyways, and I saw that they always have a feminist display, like feminist literature display at the secondhand store, and this book was there, and I was like, okay, interesting. And it's about how these kinds of stones used to be places where women who had unwanted children or were forced to have children that they didn't want could place their children. So in Switzerland now we have something called the baby window. I don't know if that's something that exists in other countries or cultures, but basically hospitals have like a window where if there is a child born that is, you know, unwanted, that you can place that baby there, and it has like a crib, and you know, there's things there. And they also like give a letter to the mother, like the mother can take a letter there where she's informed what her rights are and where she can get help, and what if she changes her mind, like all these things. And this used to be like, these stones used to have like this function. I'm really curious what it says about it. So it's kind of historical information, it's non-fiction, and it says that it should be, these kinds of stones should function also as a memorial to the oppression of women and all the oppression women have faced throughout history. So very interested, especially because it's about my home. I'm really, really curious to read this. It's, yeah, non-fiction, historical. Maybe I'll go home and read it because it's not that long. Maybe I could do something like that where I go home and read about this stone and maybe even visit it, because it kind of feels very personal to me because I grew up around it. So yeah, that's this one here. And then the last book I got at the secondhand bookstore was also at the feminist display, and it is my first ever mythological retelling, I will call it. I think it's famous. I think I've heard about it on BookTube, but I'm not sure because, to be honest, I do not see myself as a mythological retelling person because I feel I need to be like into the myths for that. The only mythology I'm into or was into was Egyptian and a tiny bit of Norse, but never Greek or Roman, which are like the popular ones at the moment. But anyways, it's called The Silence of the Girls by Pat Baker, it is. And when I googled mythological books or fiction, this was like the first one that showed up. So I was like, oh, I guess it's known. But yeah, I decided to pick it up. I almost put it back, but then I was like, they have this book. You picked it up, you touched it, you looked at it, you read the synopsis, you thought it sounds interesting, and then my brain was like, but I don't know anything about the Iliad. I don't know anything about the Trojan War, except for the Trojan horse, right? Is that even in this war? See, I don't know anything about it, so I felt like not qualified to take this book. And then I was like, maybe this is your chance. Maybe just take it and read it. Because why not? It should be possible for me to read this. And yeah, it's a bit intimidating, I'm not gonna lie, these like mythological retells, because also they're super, super popular. What if I don't like them? You know, then it's like this. But, and also some of my friends are like super into them. Like the Song of Achilles, I think most of my friends read the book and loved it. Like my bookish friends. I'm interested. I'm not sure when I will read it, but I'm interested. Yeah, maybe have you read it? Do you have opinions? What are your vibes for mythological retellings? Would be interesting to know. Anyways, that is what I got at the secondhand bookstore. And then I also ordered books. And now the reason for that is my partner's birthday is tomorrow, and my partner wished for a book, which is crazy because my partner doesn't read. I'm just gonna leave that here, but my partner wished for The House of Leaves, which is apparently very famous. I'm not interested in it personally. It's like, if you know, you know, I think. Like, it looks like this. Yeah. Then I was like on the website of the bookstore, got the House of Leaves in my cart, and it said that if you spend a certain amount of money, you get $25 off. Not dollars, 25 Swiss francs off. And I was like, you know what? There's books on my wish list, and it was also like 2-3 days after my birthday, and I was like, I can spend money on myself. And so I ordered 2 books, of which only one has arrived so far, and it's actually one that in my Books That Radicalized Me video, I said that this is a book I want to read, which is Moon of the Crusted Snow by Wopkeshig Rice. Been on my TBR. It's about indigenous governance as well, which is a topic I want to get into. It's fiction, it's sci-fi, dystopian, and it just sounds, you know, sounds good. I'm not quite sure yet when is a good moment to read it, but I'll find, because it's about being snowed in, literally. Like, snowstorms so bad you will not, like, communities are shutting down. I don't know if the summer months are, like, the perfect month for that. But yeah, this is my bookish update for you. I know, I bought books. I'm currently reading Susan Sontag, as a reminder. That's that. Today's the 27th. I will try to check in with you, before the month is over. I must, because I don't want to make the outro now. So, I'll see you there. Have a good one. See you later. Should I have filmed the outro when I said I didn't want to? Probably yes. Am I filming the outro now because I forgot to do it? Absolutely. This video is going up today. You see how, yeah, I'm organized like this. Anyways, what can I still tell you? Actually, I don't think I want to tell you much, so I will just say goodbye, because next week you will get a wrap up from me, and you will see all the books I've read. Little spoiler. It was 8 books. That hasn't happened in a while. 8 whole books. I'm really happy. It is May already. Where is time going? How is it May already? That's crazy. It's like 4 months. Anyways, if you enjoy bookish content and you like this video and you thought my personality is like fun or not annoying, make sure to subscribe to this channel. We have reached 100 subscribers. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful. Also, make sure to like this video, and then I will see you next week in my reading wrap up. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you there. Goodbye.